Hello and very welcome everyone to this session of the Modern History Previous Year Questions Part 18th. In today's session, we are going to discuss some of the questions that are related to the modern history and has been asked earlier in the exams. We will see the type of questions that could come into upcoming exams. We will also see the type of things we need to note down in our notebooks and add into our general knowledge facts. So let's start our session and see what are the things we can learn from the Modern History Previous Year Questions Part 18th. So before we start, these are the topics I got covered for you in this session. So I have got Azad Hind Fauj, Subhash Chandra Bose, Cripps Mission, Constituent Assembly, and Cabinet Mission. So let's start our session without any delay. Before we start, the images used in our slide deck are for educational purpose only. We respect the intellectual property rights of the original creators and owners of these images. If you are the owner of any of the images used in this deck and have any concerns or issues, please contact us at sathee@iitk.ac.in and we shall remove the images. So first question that we have is Cuttack is associated with which eminent personalities out of the following? Options are Subhash Chandra Bose, Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, Jayaprakash Narayan, and Dr. Rajendra Prasad. So think about it. So if we talk about all the four personalities, all were very famous. If we talk about Dr. Rajendra Prasad, he was the first president of India. Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar was the one who particularly created voice against the issue of widows and the situation of widows in before independence, and he also was the one who was behind the introduction of law of Widow Remarriage Act. Jayaprakash Narayan became famous during the time of emergency when he revolted against the government of India at that time. And the answer of this question is Subhash Chandra Bose. So Subhash Chandra Bose, you must have heard about his story that he was selected as an imperial civil servant, but he resigned from the post and particularly became a freedom fighter. So Janakinath Bhavan, the ancestral house of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, is located at Oria Bazar in Cuttack, city of Odisha. Subhash Chandra Bose was born in this house on 23rd January 1897 and spent his early childhood at Cuttack. He was a great leader who changed the course of history of India. In the struggle of India's independence against the British, his contribution has been unique. Netaji died in a plane crash in Taipei in 1945, that is earlier known as Tai Hoku. So do remember Subhash Chandra Bose, and he was also the one who created Indian National Army, the second phase of Indian National Army, and also the All India Forward Bloc. In which year was Subhash Chandra Bose first elected the president of the Indian National Congress for the first time? Options are 1938, 1934, 1932, 1942. Think about it, guys. And I guess the answer you are thinking is quite right, because when we talk about the Subhash Chandra Bose, so basically he was first elected the president in the Indian National Congress for the first time in the year 1938 at the Haripura session. And Subhash Chandra Bose was one of the most eminent freedom fighters of India, born in Cuttack in the province of Bengal to an affluent family. He was educated in Calcutta, acquiring a degree in philosophy. Subhash Chandra Bose was elected as the president of Indian National Congress for the year 1938. Subhash Chandra Bose was selected for the Indian Civil Services but refused to take up service since he did not want to serve the British government. Bose joined the Indian National Congress, formed on December 28, 1885 in 1921. He also started a newspaper called Swaraj. Remember, Swaraj was the newspaper of Subhash Chandra Bose, while Hind Swaraj was a book written by Mahatma Gandhi. He was the president of the All India Youth Congress and also the secretary of the Bengal State Congress. Later on, in 1939, he was re-elected as the president of Indian National Congress, but resigned. After that, he created All India Forward Bloc. Which of the following statement is not about Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose? Options are: he was deported to Mandalay, he founded the Indian National Army, he was the member of the Constitution Drafting Committee, he participated in the Non-Cooperation Movement 1921. Think about it. And you're right. The answer is he was the member of the Constitution Drafting Committee. Because if we talk about Subhash Chandra Bose, so we were not aware of where he was after 1945 when his plane was crashed, and that is why we cannot. This option is incorrect. Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose was a nationalist. Fact about Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose are like this: he was sent to Mandalay jail in 1924, that is in Burma. He founded the Azad Hind Fauj, the second phase. Firstly, it was founded by Captain Mohan Singh. Remember that. He participated in the Non-Cooperation Movement 1921, took over the editing of Forward Bloc in 1939. He was not a member of the drafting committee of the Constitution. So do remember that Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, and particularly he also became the first Prime Minister and Defense Minister of the provisional government or the parallel government that he formed or founded in Singapore. Who was the founder of Forward Bloc Party? Options are Subhash Chandra Bose, Bipin Chandra Pal, Sarat Chandra Bose, or Mahatma Gandhi. Think about it. So the answer of this question is quite simple, because I just told you the answer is Subhash Chandra Bose. So Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose and Jawaharlal Nehru were known for their leftist views in the Indian National Congress Party. Bose had many differences with Mahatma Gandhi on many points of ideology, which led him to resign from Indian National Congress on April 29, 1939. Soon after his resignation, Netaji declared the formation of All India Forward Bloc on May 3, 1939. Its constitution and program were adopted on June 22, 1939 in an All India session in Mumbai. So the answer of this question is Subhash Chandra Bose. Who among the following was the one of the defense attorneys of the famous Sehgal Dhillon Shah Nawaz trial? Options are Aga Khan, Rajendra Prasad, Jawaharlal Nehru, Pitabi Sitaramaya. Think about it. This is very important question, guys. And you're right. The answer is Jawaharlal Nehru. So after the arrest of soldiers of Azad Hind Fauj, when the Hiroshima and Nagasaki were bombed, so the help that they were getting from Japanese army was not given, and in that phase, Azad Hind Fauj had to surrender to the British army, and in that, P.K. Sehgal, Guru Baksh Singh Dhillon, and Shah Nawaz Khan were put on trial in November 1945. To save these soldiers, Azad Hind Rescue Committee was formed under the leadership of Bulla Bhai Desai. Other defense lawyers were Tej Bahadur Sapru, Jawaharlal Nehru, Asaf Ali, and Muhammad Ali Jinnah. So do remember the answer for this question is Jawaharlal Nehru. What was the name of the party which was founded by Subhash Chandra Bose in 1939? Options are Communist Party of India, Indian Socialist Party, All India Forward Bloc, Azad Bengal Fauj. Think about it. So I guess the answer of this question is quite simple, and we know that which party was founded by Subhash Chandra Bose after he resigned from Indian National Congress as the president. The answer is All India Forward Bloc. That is option C. All India Forward Bloc was founded on 3rd May 1939 by Subhash Chandra Bose. It was a left-wing nationalist political party. This party was emerged as a fraction within the Indian National Congress Tripuri session in 1939. Actually, what happened was Subhash Chandra Bose defeated Pitabi Sitaramaiah, who was a backed candidate by Mahatma Gandhi. After that, Mahatma Gandhi was upset and he said that it is not the defeat of Pitabi but it is mine. Then Subhash Chandra Bose was somewhere forced to resign from the presidentship of Indian National Congress, and after that he left the party and created All India Forward Bloc. Communist Party of India was formed on 26 December 1925 at Kanpur by M.N. Roy. Azad Hind Fauj was established by Ras Bihari Bose in Tokyo, Japan in 1942. So these are some of the other parties that were formed. Also, to add to this, in 1924 in Kanpur only, the Hindustan Republican Association was also founded by Ram Prasad Bismil, Ashfaqullah Khan, and some other revolutionaries at that time. What was the name of the political party formed by Subhash Chandra Bose after he left Congress Party? Indian National Army, All India Socialist Bloc, All India Forward Bloc, All India Progressive Bloc. Think about it. And it is very simple. Answer is All India Forward Bloc. All India Forward Bloc was founded on 3rd May 1939 by Subhash Chandra Bose. It was a left-wing nationalist political party. The party was emerged as a fraction within the Indian National Congress Tripuri session in 1939 when Subhash Chandra Bose had to resign from the presidentship. Communist Party of India was formed on 26 December 1925 at Kanpur by M.N. Roy. Azad Hind Fauj was established by Ras Bihari Bose in Tokyo, Japan in 1942 along with Captain Mohan Singh. Later on, the second phase of this Azad Hind Fauj was created by Subhash Chandra Bose. Which of the following party was founded by Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose? Options are Indian National Congress, All India Forward Bloc, Socialist Party of India, Indian Social Reforms Party. Think about it. And I guess the answer is simple once again because the answer is All India Forward Bloc. So All India Forward Bloc was founded on 3rd May 1939 by Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. It was a left-wing nationalist political party. The party was emerged as a fraction within the Indian National Congress Tripuri session in 1939. Communist Party of India was formed on 26 December 1925 at Kanpur by M.N. Roy. Azad Hind Fauj was established by Ras Bihari Bose in Tokyo, Japan in 1942. So answer is All India Forward Bloc. Subhash Chandra Bose founded Azad Hind Fauj in the year. Options are 1943, 1940, 1941, 1945. If you use just a little bit of common sense, then you can answer this question correctly. And the answer is simple. The answer is 1943. So Subhash Chandra Bose had reorganized Azad Hind Fauj in 1943 at Singapore. He formed Azad Hind's provisional government on 21st October 1943 in Singapore with himself as the head of the state. Prime Minister and Minister of War Netaji had set up Gandhi Brigade, Subhash Brigade, Nehru Brigade and Jhansi Brigade of Women for the independence of India. He was particularly the Minister of War and the Prime Minister of this provisional government that was formed in Singapore. And in 1944, in the Azad Hind Radio, he particularly declared Mahatma Gandhi as the father of the nation, and particularly after that he declared the war on the colony of British in India. So answer is 1943. Who proclaimed the formation of provisional government of the Azad Hind on 21st October 1943? Options are Veer Savarkar, C.R. Das, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Subhash Chandra Bose. And I guess the answer you are thinking is simple and right, because the answer is Subhash Chandra Bose. Subhash Chandra Bose had reorganized Azad Hind Fauj in 1943 at Singapore. He formed Azad Hind's provisional government on 21st October 1943. With himself as the head of the state, Prime Minister and Minister of War, Netaji had set up Gandhi Brigade, Subhash Brigade, Nehru Brigade, Jhansi Brigade of Women for the independence of India. So do remember, the answer is Subhash Chandra Bose. Who was the lawyer during the famous three INA soldiers trial? Options are Bulla Bhai Desai, Asaf Ali, Subhash Chandra Bose, C. Rajgopalachari. Think about it. I guess you are now able to answer this question because we just did this question earlier. Answer is Bulla Bhai Desai. Bulla Bhai Desai was a lawyer during the famous three Indian National Army soldiers who were accused of treason during World War II. When the three soldiers of Indian National Army, that is Shahnawaz Khan, Prem Kumar Sehgal, Gurbaksh Singh Dillon, were captured and they were put on trial for treason. The Congress formed a defense committee composed of 17 advocates, including Bulla Bhai Desai. The court-martial hearing began in October 1945 at Red Fort. Bulla Bhai was the leading counsel of the defense. So do remember, the answer is Bulla Bhai Desai. Along with him, Jawaharlal Nehru was also there and Muhammad Ali Jinnah was also there as the advocate. Who had founded the Indian National Army? Options are Mohan Singh, Subhash Chandra Bose, Chandrasekhar Azad, or Ras Bihari Bose. So think about it. Answer is Mohan Singh. So Indian National Army was originally founded by Captain Mohan Singh in Singapore on September 1942. The idea of Liberation Army was received with the arrival of Subhash Chandra Bose in the Far East. Mohan Singh himself recommended Subhash Chandra Bose for the leadership role. INA was dissolved when the Japanese surrendered in 1945. So this idea came from Mohan Singh, Captain Mohan Singh. But later there was a dispute between Captain Mohan Singh and a Japanese troop. Because of that, the Azad Hind Fauj was disbanded. When Subhash Chandra Bose was arrived in the Singapore, that at that time became the colony of Japan, he particularly reformed and reorganized the Azad Hind Fauj for the second phase, and by that thing, the Azad Hind Fauj came into being. But later, as the sentence is saying, they have to surrender because Japan got bombed at Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and no help was being provided from Japan at that time. Who among the following first conceived the idea of the Indian National Army? Subhash Chandra Bose, Ras Bihari Bose, Mohan Singh, Lala Hardayal. Think about it. And I guess the answer is simple. Answer is Mohan Singh. So Indian National Army was originally founded by Captain Mohan Singh in Singapore on September 1942. The idea of Liberation Army was received with the arrival of Subhash Chandra Bose in the Far East. Mohan Singh himself recommended Subhash Chandra Bose for the leadership role. INA was dissolved when the Japanese surrendered in 1945. So do remember, the answer is Captain Mohan Singh. And after this, as the army was disbanded because there was a dispute between Captain Mohan Singh and Japanese troop. So after that, Subhash Chandra Bose was the one who particularly reorganized the army. Azad Hind Fauj, Indian National Army, INA, was founded in. Options are 1940, 1941, 1942, 1943. Think about it. And the answer is simple. The answer of this question is 1942. So Indian National Army was originally founded by Captain Mohan Singh in Singapore on September 1942. The idea of Liberation Army was received with the arrival of Subhash Chandra Bose in the Far East. Mohan Singh himself recommended Subhash Chandra Bose for the leadership role. INA was dissolved when the Japanese surrendered in 1945. So answer is 1942. Indian National Army recaptured Andaman and Nicobar Island from the British government and named them Swaraj Island, Shaheed and Swaraj Island, Free Island, Independent and Swaraj Island. So think about it, what the name they have given. And it is simple one because the answer is Shaheed and Swaraj Island. So Ras Bihari Bose along with Captain Mohan Singh formed Azad Hind Fauj in October 1943. Ras Bihari Bose handed over the charge of INA to Subhash Chandra Bose on 8 November 1943. Japan handed over the Andaman and Nicobar Islands to Subhash Chandra Bose. Netaji had named them Shaheed Island and Swaraj Island. So do remember the answer is Shaheed and Swaraj Island. And Indian National Army captured Andaman and Nicobar Island from the British government and named them these two islands. Indian National Army was founded by Bhagat Singh, Subhash Chandra Bose, Ras Bihari Bose, Sarat Chandra Bose. Think about it. Very simple question because we have discussed it a lot of times and now this question should not trouble you. Simple one because the answer is Ras Bihari Bose. So Ras Bihari Bose along with Captain Mohan Singh formed Azad Hind Fauj earlier in 1942. In October 1943, Ras Bihari Bose handed over the charge of INA to Subhash Chandra Bose. On 8 November 1943, Japan handed over the Andaman and Nicobar Islands to Subhash Chandra Bose. Netaji had named them Shaheed Island and Swaraj Island. So do remember, answer is Ras Bihari Bose. Who had founded Desh Bandhu Association? Very important and moderate to high level question this is. Options are Lakshmi Sehgal, N.G. Ranga, Kane Ganti Hanumanthus, Tirupur Kumaran. Think about it. This is moderate to high level question and if you know about this question then you have a general knowledge of history is quite deep. And the answer is Tirupur Kumaran. So Desh Bandhu Association was founded by Tirupur Kumaran. Lakshmi Sehgal led the Jhansi Rani Brigade of the Indian National Army. N.G. Ranga was the secretary of All India Farmers Union, formed on 11th April 1936. So do remember, Desh Bandhu Association was founded by Tirupur Kumaran. Who was the father of Subhash Chandra Bose? Simple question, I guess. Options are Satyendra Nath Bose, Janki Nath Bose, Jagdish Chandra Bose, S.N. Bose. So try to think and what according to you will be the answer. I guess the answer is simple because the answer is Janki Nath Bose. So Subhash Chandra Bose was born on 23rd January 1897 in Cuttack. His father name was Janki Nath Bose and his mother name was Prabhavati Devi. So remember the name was Janki Nath Bose. He was the father of Subhash Chandra Bose. He was born in Cuttack. Later he became the one member of Indian National Congress. He particularly also wrote some of the books related to the freedom struggle of India. Apart from that, he also founded the All India Forward Bloc, and apart from that, he also became a founding member of the Indian National Army. Who was the president of Independence for India League, formed in 1928? Ras Bihari Bose, Jawaharlal Nehru, Sri Nivasa Iyengar, Subhash Chandra Bose. Think about it. Quite moderate to high level question this is. And I guess the answer you are thinking is right, because answer is Sri Nivasa Iyengar. So in April 1928, the Independence of India League was formed with Jawaharlal Nehru, Subhash Chandra Bose as secretaries and S. Srinivas Iyengar as the president. So do remember, Sri Nivasa Iyengar was the particular person who was the president of Independence for India League. Which British Prime Minister sent Cripps mission to India? Very important and simple question this is, I guess. Options are Margaret Thatcher, Winston Churchill, Benjamin Disraeli, Robert Walpole. So think about it. So the answer is simple. If you know this photo, if you know this person, Winston Churchill. The question would be difficult if the one of the options would be Chamberlain, because just before Churchill, Chamberlain was the prime minister at that time. So Winston Churchill, who was the prime minister from 1940 to 1945, he had sent Cripps mission to India to secure full Indian cooperation and support for their efforts in World War II. In March 1942, the mission was headed by Sir Stafford Cripps, a member of the War Cabinet, was dispatched to India to discuss the British government draft declaration on the Constitution of India. With representatives of Indian leaders from all parties, the Cripps mission failed and the issue of India's constitution was postponed until the end of the war. So Winston Churchill was a very famous Prime Minister of Britain, and he was also the one who did not particularly put his knees on ground in front of the German troops, and he particularly thought that we should fight, and that the way he won. Which Prime Minister sent the Cripps mission to India in 1942? Ramsay MacDonald, Winston Churchill, Stanley Baldwin, or Clement Attlee? Think about it. So it is quite simple one, because Clement Attlee was the one under whom the independence was given. Ramsay MacDonald was the one who is associated with the roundtable conferences. So the answer is simple. Answer is Winston Churchill. Winston Churchill was the British Prime Minister from 1940 to 1945. He had sent Cripps mission to India to secure full India cooperation and support for their efforts in World War II in March 1942. The mission was headed by Sir Stafford Cripps, a member of the War Cabinet, was dispatched to India to discuss the British government draft declaration on the Constitution of India with representatives of Indian leaders from all parties. Cripps mission failed and the issue of India's constitution was postponed until the end of the war. After the Cripps mission, Gandhiji started the Quit India movement, and during that time Gandhiji was imprisoned at Aga Khan Palace in Pune. Which political party was in power in England when the cabinet mission came to India? Conservative Party, Democratic Party, Liberal Party, or Labour Party? Think about it. And the answer is in front of you. Answer is Labour Party, and it was led by Clement Attlee. When cabinet mission came to India, the Labour Party was the political party in power in England. At that time, 1946, the Prime Minister of Labour Party was Clement Attlee. Labour Party was founded in 1980. Prime Minister Attlee on 15th February 1946 announced the establishment of the Constituent Assembly of India and sending the cabinet mission to India to discuss the burning issues of the Indias at that time. The cabinet mission reached Delhi on 24th March 1946, and A.V. Alexander, Lord Pethick Lawrence, and Stafford Cripps, these are the members of the cabinet mission that was sent by Clement Attlee. Who was not a member of the cabinet mission? I just told you in the last question in the explanation. So think about it. Options are Lord Pethick Lawrence, Sir John Simon, Stafford Cripps, A.V. Alexander. Think about it. Simple one. Answer is Sir John Simon. So, Cabinet Mission was a high-powered mission sent in February 1946 to India by the Clement Attlee, British Prime Minister. The mission had 3 British cabinet members: Patrick Lawrence, Stafford Cripps, A.V. Alexander. The cabinet mission reached Delhi on 24 March 1946, and the objective was to create the Constituent Assembly. And after that, Lord Mountbatten came to India, and he came along with the June plan. And after that, India got independence finally on 15th August 1947. And that's it in this session, guys. I hope you learned a lot of things related to the questions, related to the history, related to the things that have been asked earlier in exams. And we have also enhanced our general knowledge with the things that could be asked in the upcoming exams. And we will meet once again in next session. And till the time we meet, bye bye. Take care, everyone, and see you soon.